first patent was in 1714, but the common typewriter design we recognize was introduced in the late 19th century. Scholes and Glidden are credited with the first commercially successful typewriter. The QWERTY layout was designed to prevent jamming by separating frequently used letter pairs. Typewriter is one of the longest words that can be typed using only the top row of a QWERTY keyboard. Shift key's origin comes from typewriters, allowing the type bar to hit the upper part of the slug, giving uppercase letters or symbols. The last typewriter factory, Godrej and Boyce, stopped production in 2011 in Mumbai, India. Mark Twain was one of the first to submit a typewritten manuscript to a publisher. Noisy typewriters led to the creation of silent models for journalists and writers who worked late into the night. Ribbons in typewriters were initially made of silk and later replaced by nylon. Tom Hanks is an avid collector of vintage typewriters. Corona brand produced portable typewriters, making it possible for journalists to type on the go. Tip X and Whiteout were essential for typists before computers to correct mistakes without retyping the whole page. QWERTY typewriters were a critical tool for communication, sometimes even considered contraband in occupied territories. Touch typing was taught as a valuable skill, especially for secretarial jobs, to type without looking at the keys. Tab key was used to set and clear tab stops for aligning text in columns without manually spacing. Carbon paper was used with typewriters to create duplicate copies simultaneously. Elite and Pica were two popular typeface sizes, with 12 and 10 characters per inch respectively. Red and black typewriter ribbons allowed for switching colors, often used for emphasis or accounting entries. Royal, Remington and Underwood were leading typewriter brands in the 20th century. Manual typewriters required physical force on each key, leading to stronger finger muscles among typists. Electric typewriters became popular in the mid-20th century, offering easier typing with less force. Carriage return got its name from the action of returning the typewriter's carriage to start a new line. Typewriters were sometimes called letter-writing machines in the 19th century. Typing speed contests were popular events, with winners typing over 100 words per minute on manual typewriters. Some typewriters were designed for specialized tasks like creating musical notation. Before electricity, candle holders were sometimes attached to typewriters for nighttime typing. Some early models didn't have a 1 key. Users would use lowercase l for the number 1. The spacebar is the widest key because typists needed a convenient and large key to create spaces between words. Japanese typewriters had thousands of characters, making them complex and challenging to use. By 1950s, typewriters became a standard tool in almost every office and many households. The ashtray row serves as the home row for the left hand in touch typing. Ernest Hemingway often typed standing up using a typewriter placed on a tall bookshelf. Blickensderfer created a typewriter with a rotating type wheel instead of individual type bars. IBM's Selectric introduced a golf ball typing element, eliminating jamming issues of traditional type bars. Mimeograph machines used with typewriters allowed for mass duplication of typed documents. First portable typewriter was the Corona No. 3 in 1912, revolutionizing on-the-go typing. Typewriters played a role in women's entry into the professional world as they became predominant typists and secretaries. Backspace key on typewriters only moved the carriage back, it didn't erase the type character. Electric typewriters paved the way for the development of the first computer keyboards. Metal keys on early typewriters were often cold, leading to the creation of typist gloves to keep fingers warm. Many great novels of the 20th century were written on typewriters, including works by Agatha Christie and F. Scott Fitzgerald. Some typewriters had dedicated keys for fractions like half or 1/4 for easier financial and mathematical typing. Typewriters once had a bell that rang near the end of a line to alert the typist to return the carriage. Russian typewriters often had the Cyrillic alphabet, with a few Latin letters for foreign words. Monospace font is a tribute to typewriters where each character occupies the same width, unlike variable widths in modern fonts. The caps lock originally locked the shift. Carbon paper's invention predates the typewriter, but typists popularized its use for duplicates. Butterfly typewriters featured a split keyboard designed to reduce finger movement and strain. Early typewriters were marketed as a tool to help the blind communicate more easily. Typewriting as a term was used to differentiate the mechanical process from traditional handwriting.